Alongside Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. We welcome you ringside for a much-anticipated bout. Let's set the table for you and get ready to dish up this big night of action. Roy Jones Jr.'s self-confidence seems to just come through with each step he takes down to the ring. He's got his eye on the prize. Look at that focus and determination during his ring walk.
We went over the rules in the dressing room. Let's have a good, clean fight. Touch them up.
Well, they've been waiting for this moment, and now they get it. Round one underway. Teddy, what do you think we're going to see out of Jones?
I think you're going to see what you always see. You know, you're going to see a guy that breaks the rule book as far as the way you're supposed to go about technically approaching pugilism. But I think you're going to see speed, you're going to see power, great reflexes, great sense of anticipation, and you're going to see a little cockiness.
And he's holding. Oh, he is stunned. He could go down. He brings an uppercut that really does damage there. He is stunned there, and now he ties up.
He ties up, and he was allowed to tie up, and that's what he's going to be sorry for, the other guy, that he allowed himself to get grabbed.
Teddy, can the shorter fighter in a matchup like this be effective with a power punch, or does he have to reach up too much?
Joe, not only can a shorter fighter in this kind of situation...
Big shot, the left crashed home. Good defense, just covering up down low. Jones's defense did a good job there, able to avoid that punch. Halfway through this round, Roy Jones Jr.'s on the wrong end of a razor-sharp hook. He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. Come on, kid. Big right hand from Roy Jones. Teddy, he did a smart thing right there. Just created enough space and then landed the counterpunch.
Looked like the will of the wisps, the old great Willie Pep. Made him miss, made him pay.
Goes up top with a right hand. So he decides to go downstairs early on, and I think he'll be happy with that decision later on.
Well, it tells you that he's a well-prepared fighter. His corner came in here with a good game plan. They understood what they had in front of him. A guy that's going to move a little bit. Start going downstairs, taking the air out of the tires, and later on, he'll be in front of you.
Last 10 seconds of this first round. Roy Jones Jr. is just punching air that time. His opponent was able to get out of the way. So as that round ends, it gives us pause to realize what has just taken place. And that is, we have one man who just separated himself from the other. He was able to stun his opponent, and you got to think good things are coming.
Well, they've been coming for a while, because I really think that those punches are a benefit from a couple rounds ago. He's been hitting with a lot of punches, and I think it's starting to take its toll, and you saw it there.
When he misses with a punch, counter. Don't look for just big punches, okay? Use your speed. Double up your punches. I want to see combos.
Considering the fact that in the last round, he got tagged hard, he looks great right now to open up this round.
Well, I'm not shocked, because I think he has character. I think there's substance to him. And the only way that you find the mettle of a person is when you test him, when you push him up against the cliff. And he's being tested now, and he's showing what he's made of.
Not able to land the uppercut. Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Among some of the athletic exploits that have turned heads by Roy Jones Jr. is the fact that he's also a fairly decent basketball player, and he once played a professional basketball game by day, now granted in the minor leagues, and then a world title fight that very same night.
He's a good athlete. He picked the right sport, because I've had trainers tell me in the past, guys that I respect, if you're going to have a fighter who comes from another athletic background, let it be basketball, because those...
Solid shot, the left hand came in. He goes from damaged goods to defensive goods.
Yeah, because right now he's fighting on instinct. He's doing things without even thinking. Just automatic things. Things that he was taught 5 years ago, 3 years ago, that maybe he thought about, but he didn't do. Now they're just coming out. He's just naturally surviving.
Reaching the halfway mark of this round.
Keep moving, keep moving.
Roy lands the hook. Return to sender. He gives him back one of his own. A little 1-2. Jab followed by the cross. Missed the body shot. Great movement to get away from those punches.
Back to the body.
Banking away a body shot with the right hand. You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. Last 10 seconds. Nice job doubling up the jab by Roy Jones. Round comes to an end here. And Teddy, I know you've had a very busy week. You've been training some pro football players this week. There are many parallels to be made between the pro fight game and the pro football game.
Yeah, there are, you know, physical ones and emotional and mental ones. I mean, the physical ones are when I work with some of these behemoths, you know, like offensive linemen. They have to punch out, you know, with their arms. They have to make sure that they get those hands out now. If they raise their elbows, just like a fighter raising his elbow before he throws a jab, they lose the power. So you got to teach them keep those elbows in, punch out without any telegraph, without any loss of power, and also get those hands out at the right distance. If they're a little late, the big guy gets in on him, and now he can control him. And of course, the mental aspects of it, where they get into those dark rooms we talk about every once in a while, where they have to remember that they have control. They can make the choice. You know, you get in those dark rooms, you start to think that you lose control of the choice, that your opponent's making a choice for you. No, that's not the truth.
Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. Little head hunting with the left. Left to the body. Now he's telling us everything you need to know about what his condition is. We saw him stunned earlier in this fight. Now the clinching.
Yeah, this is a true polygraph test for a fighter. He's telling you the truth. I don't feel right. It's up to his opponent now to take advantage of that.
You've used that description, stubborn, driven, single-minded focusness for Roy Jones Jr. How much does that point to his success that he's had?
Probably 75% of it, because the physical abilities, a lot of people have comparable physical abilities, sometimes even better than guys that get to a higher place. But mentally, emotionally, character-wise, you have it or you don't have it. He has it.
And he just holds on there. Unable to make an impact there by Roy Jones. I like that step back right there. Just enough to be out of danger, but still close enough to then land the counterpunch.
Well, that's what happens when you have that kind of experience. You're calm enough to know that range. Know where the beginning of the punch and the end of the punch is.
You know from watching his career, Roy Jones Jr. is not the kind of guy who backs down from a fight. But right now, he cannot afford to engage in this fight after being hurt so badly. That's a fierce left hand that landed by Roy Jones. Now hugging on the inside. Targets his opponent after blocking a shot.
Certainly, don't stand in front of it. Keep moving, keep your hands moving, and you'll beat into the punch. All right, breathe in. Take a deep breath. Great job that round. You're doing well.
You got any more of these? I'll give you one. Hold it. More blood? Oh, yeah.
Well, if anything has been learned from the first 3 rounds is that sometimes just being the busier fighter will do well for you. And that's the case right now for him as he's up 2-1 on Teddy's scorecard.
Yeah, not always landing a lot. You put it very well, Joe. Not always landing a lot. But keeping his opponent defensive and keeping him from doing what he wants to do.
Blocks away that headshot. Teddy, it is such a gift that he has right here. We're seeing such a technically sound defensive fighter.
Yeah, we are. You know, the old-time trainers would say, Teddy, he's doing the hard part. And that is the hard part, making the guy miss. Now he has to start doing the fun part, hitting him.
Now he ties up there, off target with that hook. You know, we're early in this fight, but Roy Jones Jr.'s energy may come into question soon. He's throwing a lot of punches, Teddy.
Yeah, and his mental energy, too. I'm wondering if he's getting a little discouraged that his opponent is not showing a lot of effect from all those shots.
Halfway through this round here. Well, here he is, Teddy. Roy Jones Jr. coming off of an amateur career that everybody knows about. I don't care if you're a boxing fan or not, because of what happened in the 1988 Olympic Games when he was absolute. Oh! He gets floored with one single shot. He was just torn down like an old building. This fight is over. So he's unable to recover from that one clean shot. This bout ends by way of knockout.
You know, obviously I'm not in his body, so you never know what's really going on, but I just was wondering a little bit, could he have gotten up?
It was a good one indeed. And for Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time at the fights.